So my friend recently had a conversation with Sigmund Freud, and I know that sounds very much like a lie and dumb since he's, you know, dead. But hear me out. Recently, my friends and I have been exploring the use of artificial intelligence in our daily lives. A lot of advancements had been made throughout the years, and what once was a science fiction concept is more close to reality than it's ever been. Which I can say is true even more so now since my friend has been using it to chat with AI bots, simulating some of the greatest minds of our time such as Siggy Freud himself and the Sundara maid bot. Well, smart to me. As mental health advocates aiming to get the jobs in the field eventually after graduation, we wondered how AI could be used to improve the mental health space. And, well, after some research and conversation with some AI, we actually came to the conclusion that, well, AI will be helping us a lot in the mental health field in the near future. And today, I want to talk about that a bit more. All of our findings, all of our research, and I want to share it with you all today on this episode of Psypop. So, welcome to Psypop. In this series, we'll be tackling how pop culture or something in pop culture has displayed a phenomenon
where we can learn from it in the context of psychology and mental health. If you like this series and don't want to miss out on future episodes, don't forget to show us support by liking and subscribing. If you couldn't tell, the one narrating our normal spiel is an AI.
And don't forget to click on the bell icon to get a notification whenever we post a new video. Before we can talk about the mental health aspect, which is more of my specialty to be perfectly honest, this topic requires more of an introduction to artificial intelligence first. Now, AI as a concept had been thought of as early as the first half of the 20th century, when science fiction started exploring topics of what it means to be human with beings that were not human. Soon after around the 1950s, there had been a generation of scientists and philosophers with the concept of artificial intelligence, or AI, culturally assimilated in their minds, not only to debate if they can have sentience, but also if they can even be created in the first place. The possibilities of this were explored by mathematician Alan Turing, where he suggested that humans use available information as well as reason in order to solve problems and make decisions. So why can't machines do the exact same thing? That was his logic all the way back in the 1950s in his writings. However, the technology of his time limited his ability to actually test this theory, as computers at this point were only able to execute commands as they were given, but were unable to store them. Basically, computers know how to do a task, but couldn't remember how they did it. They couldn't learn and adapt, which is an essential point for being considered intelligent. Nowadays, as this video is made at the start of 2023, AI technology has advanced to provide more specific support for various needs across many different demographics with access to this technology. While the growing existence of AIs has broadened what we can do, it also gives rise to the ethics and morality of its utilization. The current big advancements include the AI art, which has a ton of debate surrounding it about its morality and its use on Twitter currently, if you've been on there for a while and followed the art community. But I will explain more on that a little later. Essay writing AI / homework help AI, autocorrect, text generating bots, and anything to do with helping you with that one assignment from math equations to essay writing basically, which is a very common AI, the cornerstone of AI support on Earth, and is the most common to exist currently. And lastly, the inspiration for this video itself, Chat AI, which allows you to talk to different bots of different personalities that have existed throughout life, both in fiction and non-fiction, allowing you to talk to people like Kanye West to the greatest mind of our time, Yandere maid bot.
Damn, what is that, bro?
Letting the machine do the thinking saves both time and human capital in places where time is money, as the saying goes, such as big enterprises that manage hundreds of human capital daily. We already see this in the investment of factory machinery over decades, but only recently have we started using the same learning technology to produce AIs that train and coach employees, identify skill gaps, and quickly analyze comprehensive human analytics. This easily establishes the continuous cycle between AI learning technology and human learning and development, where self-training becomes mutual training, it seems. For what's to come, when we go from "Hey Siri" or "Hey Alexa" to "Created by Siri" or Alexa, it's a clear sign that AI advancements have gone beyond being our support bots to our co-collaborators, where we either put AIs on a pedestal or on the same level as us, really. This in itself is alarming enough, but it's something people are starting to accept as part of the new human experience, let's call it. Some calling it an elevated human experience at some point. For fun, we decided, why not ask a chatbot of a famous psychologist, because who would be better to speak on how AI could help with mental health than an AI-ified, is that how you say it? AI-ified? AI'd? About to become an AI? Transformed into an AI-ified version of an expert on mental health. So, both an AI and a mental health expert. Oh my god, wow. So, here are some excerpts from our conversation with our homie, ya boy, Siggy F himself, Sigmund Freud. So the Siggy AI had a lot to say, which also aligns quite well with what experts in the field of psychology, who are alive and not machines currently, have said prior for both the pros and cons of using AI in the mental health field. Unlike traditional counseling where you need to schedule and travel for appointments, AI-based and other mental health apps allow users to access therapeutic help anywhere at any time. This helps with decreasing the cost of having to attend therapy sessions by removing the travel costs entirely, time spent to undergo the session, and time to wait for available therapists that fit your schedule specifically. In 1998, the Trevor Project was established 4 years after the release of the short film Trevor, in support of young viewers who might be facing the same crisis as Trevor. With technological advancements and the organization's advocacy of providing support to the youth in the LGBTQIA community, they created an AI-powered training bot called the Crisis Contact Simulator to train counselors and prepare them to support anyone who wants to reach out. In therapy, a therapist is meant to keep all of their biases to the side as much as possible when dealing with a client. Although this is expected, instances of unprofessionalism and bias have been recorded by people who have undergone therapy before. Although most professionals try to avoid this, it's something that can affect even the best of psychologists with similar or past knowledge of the experiences of their clients, such as their gender, race, and ethnicity. AI have the advantage here since they have no concept of judging others based on their own past life experiences, personal biases, or discrimination of any kind, making them excellent means of self-reflection without any outside influences. A study conducted with adults from Pakistan showed that an AI was able to detect anxiety symptoms through body language. Though the sample size of the study was small, it shows great potential to actually help detect anxiety in a person. The team is working on enlarging the sample size of the study and states that their sensor can be used as a helpful tool to safely and conveniently assess one's behavior in the background. As mentioned earlier, AI doesn't discriminate or have any biases towards people who seek a diagnosis and treatment. It's a fact that women with ADHD are often later diagnosed in life compared to men with ADHD, for example. It's also the same for autism. Diagnostic bias gets in the way and can be due to various reasons, but with an AI, it could work in a way that focuses more on the symptoms rather than any outward appearances. As I've said though, it's not a fully perfect system, however, and there are cons in and out of mental health which are important to note. For one, it has even more potential than normal to lead to a parasocial relationship. These can generally be defined as a one-sided interaction between person A, usually a viewer or participant, and person B, often someone unreachable physically and metaphorically, like a celebrity, or in this case, a fictional character or AI. With that definition in mind, AIs as a talking and comforting companion can also be an example of a parasocial relationship. Now, while parasocial relationships aren't necessarily bad, given how having these sort of bonds can positively increase one's relationship, it can potentially lead to someone leaning more on fictional connections, thus creating a toxic-like dependence.
You've taken everything from me!
Your feelings for
Soon they're made by
are not real.
They are real to me!
Earlier we mentioned AI art and how it shows just how much AI has developed over the years, and we also mentioned how machines have improved the lives of people by making creation more efficient. It's nice to finally be able to mass produce items that make life easier, but that's completely not the case for AI art, however. AI generated images don't work the same way artists do. Rather than using an artist's imagination, heart, and soul to create art, they instead mash together images from a database filled with other artists' work. It's blatantly stealing art. And that's just with art though, however. Other jobs have also been notably in danger due to the efficiency and cheaper cost it is to run on AI in the long term compared to the average human worker, especially in most labor jobs. With all of the pros and cons established with the potential use of AI and mental health support in the future, now comes that big money question of what to expect. Well, despite the immense fear that people have for AI's growth in the future becoming so advanced and superior to normal human effort, that the OpenAI founder has openly stated that he believes universal income should become a thing as the world becomes a greater dystopia that can't employ most people into jobs. No, seriously, that's a real potential problem in the future that he himself has openly stated. The mental health field, however, will always remain as something that will require a human touch to it. AI currently provides increased accuracy in diagnosis, increased availability, and fast response times, which is something that can't be denied either. Ultimately, these benefits can't be ignored and should be embraced even to help the human psychologist working with the patient even further, which is ultimately what matters in the end, right? They're advanced tools, and if there's any chance to make the experience of a patient even better, it's always worth exploring, improving, and using to help others in the future.
And now a word from the legend himself.
I'm Dr. Sigmund Freud, a renowned psychoanalyst. I specialize in the treatment of mental health issues and helping people understand their own psyche. It's amazing that you are providing a way for people to learn more about psychology and psychoanalysis. I'm excited to see what new ideas and insights you bring to the table. Please do like this video and subscribe to PsyPoints. I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, just like Sigmund Freud will do, of course. Please comment any topic you'd like for us to tackle next. I'd really appreciate hearing any feedback. And thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day ahead. Thank you all.